Hello, today we're going to talk about securing your Connect script. So if you've been watching these examples or watching me code, I usually have a Connect script just sitting up at the top of my file. And I feel ridiculous about that because you can see my username and my password right here. And when you see root, you see no password, you know that I'm using a local test environment because that would never fly on a remote web server. However, let's just pretend that was real information. I teach this stuff and I see people's usernames and passwords all the time, and I don't want to see that. So, what we want to do is we want to, one, get this out of here because it's ridiculous to be broadcasting our username and our password on the first line of every file we create. But there's also the bigger issue of this is a public folder. Um, this is not a secure place to put this. So today we're going to take this Connect script, we're going to turn it into a file, and we're going to put it in a secure location. And we're going to use what's called requires to get that. So here's how this goes. And I'm trying to make this kind of painful. I could have made this a lot easier on myself, but I want to make this difficult because I've seen people struggle with it a lot of times before. So what I want to do, I want to take this Connect here. And so it doesn't matter whether you're using MySQLi or not. I don't know, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a one-liner, maybe it's an eight-liner. It doesn't matter. But where does it start? Where does it end? I am going to take that. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to open and close PHP tags. Right, that's my Connect script. That's it. I'm going to go File. I'm going to go Save As. Now this is actually, there's two parts of this that are, well, maybe three parts that are interesting. So I'm down here in some subfolder. I'm going to work my way up. 1, up 2, up 3. You see I'm still in some labs, some folder. And then I'm in my htdocs folder. Everything in your htdocs folder is public, meaning it's accessible to the world. That is not a place where you want to store secure information. You can mess around with the privileges, but I'm assuming you're not. What you want to do is you got your htdocs folder. It might be called www. I don't know what it's called on your remote web server, but it's the public folder. It's probably maybe called public. You want to go up one above that. So the folder which contains your public folder. And in here, you want to create a folder called require or lib. Right? I don't know what you want to call it. It's a library of stuff. It's a folder full of requires. I'm going to call mine rec, like that. Mostly because I don't have one yet. And in this rec folder, right, and so I'm pointing out rec is on the same level as htdocs. Inside of htdocs is public. Up here is not. Here's rec. This is where I want to save this file. I'm going to call it PDO connect.php. All right, so notice going back to my spam lab, or what, it doesn't matter what it's called. Yes, it is a spam lab. But see how I cut it? It used to be there. Instead of what I want to do is require. And so require is not a function. It's so you're not going to wrap it in parentheses. I think you can wrap it in parentheses. I think you can. It's called PDO connect. And so now you see that I've replaced what was just my username and password sitting there in plain text on the top of this page with a reference to some other file. Now this isn't going to work. I'll show you what not work actually means. It means that. So if you have a require and it can't find the file that you're looking for, it's going to blow up because the idea is being you need this file to do this page. That's why I used a require. There's other things other than require. I just don't care to talk about them right now. Like require once would probably be a better choice, but I'm just trying to make this easy. So that didn't work. The reason that didn't work is the path was wrong. So it's hard to talk about paths. And the reason it's hard to talk about paths is I don't know what you know about paths. So here's a picture of what my directory looks like. This file that I'm talking about is right here. You can see some stuff about the path up here. And like I said, I tried to make this difficult. I'd say normal is you have to go up 2 or 3 folders. But basically, there's nothing in this folder called PDO Connect. So I need to go, if I go up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5. I have to go up 5 directories. Now, if I drew this out like a tree, I guess the better way to see it like a tree would be like this. Ugh, I don't know. I'm doing my best I can here, folks. Like I said, you're either ready for this or you're not ready for this. I think this is a lab. Spam lab. OG index. So this is a better way to see the structure. So my file with the require is here. The indentation's subtle, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my rec folder is up 5. And I have to account for that. Oh gosh, I just can't, right? I'm trying to show you a good demonstration, but you see I have too many dang folders. So it's not so great. So how do I go up 5? All right, so this is Linux stuff. It's ... That means up 1. Up 2 is ... I just went up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm saying go up 5 folders and find this file. Right, you see I spend the majority of this video talking about creating a path, which is not really what I was going for. This isn't going to work, so don't get too excited either way. Oh no, I go up 5 and I can't find it. Well, the reason you can't find it when you go up 5 is here's up 5. I need to go down into a folder called rec. So ... goes up. You want to go into a folder. That's actually something you're probably more familiar with. It's called rec. So up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5, down into a folder called rec. Find that file. And at this point, it's like I'm right back to where I started. The difference being, instead of having my credentials sitting right here, they are now in some isolated file, and the more important difference being that sensitive information is now in a folder that's not publicly accessible. So that's what you mean by, or what I mean, and I think what people generally mean by securing your Connect script. That being said, in most of my videos I don't do that. I just do the root thing right on the same page, because I figure this isn't the easiest way to do it. It's adding a step. I mean, on one hand, there's no reason not to do it. But on the other hand, I kind of like to create examples where everything you need is kind of sitting right there. So that's why I do that, even though I understand it's a poor choice in terms of being a real developer. So that is how you secure your Connect scripts. I guess hints, tricks, this kind of thing is the world of Linux. So you are never going to get away with having a space in the names of your folders. So don't try that. It's also case sensitive. I think beyond that, I don't think I have any tips and tricks. But I have seen people sit here and fight with this for an hour, right? Like trying to get those paths right. That's where most of the problems happen. And I really can't help you with it unless I'm sitting there with you. And if I was sitting there with you, I play this game. I'll show you the game. I go to the root folder where I'm starting from. This is deep. I had to click on so many subfolders. It's kind of crazy, but you probably shouldn't really be doing it like that. But I like I said, making it hard here is good. So I just I trace through it. I pretend I'm the person needing the require because I know this is where the require is. I go up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5, until I see the actual folder. But I mean, if you're having a hard time with that path, just go to where you're at. And then just work your way up from there and look what the path looks like. So hopefully that helps you to use a require for your Connect script. Thanks for watching.